All right, students, it is Friday, 11/5/2021. So I am not here today, and you have a sub, so make sure you are sitting in your correct assigned seats. Be nice to the sub, follow the expectations, and your sub should be providing some breaks, maybe a cell phone break here or there, but please be respectful when you're working on this stuff. What we're going to do today, we're going to learn about what is daylight saving. So on Sunday, it happens. What does it mean? Today, we're going to think about it and learn about it. So, the order of how we're going to do things today, the first thing you're going to do is you are going to do your warm up. So, just like where you would look for warm ups, go to the warm up section in Google Classroom. And number 16 is what is daylight saving time? You're going to answer the question. What is it? What do you think it is? If you want to look it up, that's fine. And then number two, you are going to write a question using pegs about it. So I'm interested in what you're thinking. I want to see a question. It could be a political question, it could be an economic question, a geographic question, or a social question. Write a question of what you're wondering about daylight saving time in regards to pegs. When you're finished with that, if you go to 11:5, so everything's going to be in this date for today, there's going to be a few activities here, and this is the order, the way I have it written here. The first thing is you're going to watch an Edpuzzle video, and it is called Daylight Saving Time. It's really good. It's about 15 minutes. A bunch of questions will go with it. The goal here is to learn about what it is, learn the history of it, learn is it something we should keep, something we should get rid of. I want you just to get some background information of it before we do the next activity. When you are finished with the Edpuzzle, then you have a read, write, about answering this question. So if you click on this, it's going to take you to a document that looks like this. And the main question is, should the United States keep daylight saving time? So you just watched the Edpuzzle. Now you are going to read this article, the top 3 pros and cons of daylight saving time. So this website goes through this very question. And this first part, I would read it. It's good to get background information. It's going to help you with your response when you write it. It's going to give you more information to write about. So if you scroll down, there are going to be 3 pro reasons and 3 con reasons. Read them. We're only going to focus on the pros and cons of pro 1, con 1, pro 2, and con 2. But read them. What is the evidence that they give you on why we should keep it or why we should get rid of it? This is going to help you with your writing. Go back then when you're done, and you're going to be writing and taking notes. So what you're going to write is you're going to be identifying which pegs is the pros and cons of each. Is it political? Is it economic? Is it geographic? Or is it social for each? What is the pro? What is the con? And then you are going to explain with evidence from the text. So while you're reading the article, you might want to copy a sentence or two that's going to back it up. But you're going to explain it is economic because it shares that. And then tell me the quote. How does that quote match up with that PEGS category? When you're finished with the evidence piece here in this chart, then you're going to write your response. This is a short response. So by the end of today, you should have your opinion is if we should keep it or get rid of it with evidence. So your hook, we're gonna practice like we did from the DBQs. Obviously, I don't have the fancy tool. DBQ didn't make a question like this, so I made my own. Write a hook. Start with a question, start with a fact, start with a quote. You can get all that information either from here, maybe you get a background here, or from the video you watched. Maybe a question you're wondering. Maybe a fact that you learned about daylight saving that is interesting, that might help persuade someone else if they should keep or get rid of daylight saving. The second box is explaining what is it? What is daylight saving? What is this? 2 to 3 sentences. Give me some background information of what it is. Then you're going to give me your opinion, your claim. I think we should keep daylight saving, or I think we should get rid of daylight saving. Which one do you think? Write your claim. Then you're going to provide evidence on why you think this. I think we should get rid of this because in the text it says, I think we should keep it because in the text it says, and then provide that evidence from the text. It could also be from the video as well, as long as you're putting things in quotation marks to identify where it came from and what it is, and then explain, a little bit more of why that quote matters. Give you a little bit of your reasoning why it matters. Like, well, who cares that that quote says this? How does that help with your claim? And then the last thing is just a wrap up sentence, just to remind the reader on what they should think. Maybe try to influence them one more time with one more sentence at the end. Wrap up what you think again. Should we or shouldn't we have daylight saving? And then you're going to copy all those boxes that you wrote here. Obviously, this Google Doc won't do that for you. And then just paste it in a paragraph just like we did when we did our DBQ. That's it for the daylight saving. I'm interested in reading what you wrote. I'm interested in your thinking. When you're finished with this, you might have time left over. If you do, I got a whole bunch of stuff on here that you can work on. I put the choice board, CNN 10, and you can read an article of your choice. So you're going to be able to fill the time with what you would like to fill it with, as long as you are doing one of the activities. Read an article from CNN, or read an article from Newsela, watch CNN 10, or do something on the choice board activity. I want to highlight something on the choice board activity that we're eventually going to be doing. So if you are interested in doing this in the choice board, if you go to the citizenship part and you click on this one, it will take you to a test, like a little citizenship practice quiz. It's like 20 questions or something like that. And this is just some of the questions that you're going to be able to practice on the test. So click on the citizenship start practice test and you'll get 20 questions just to practice. Okay. That's your day. That is 11/5/2021. You should have plenty to work on. I'm looking forward to reading. You are getting a grade for this writing prompt here and for the warm up for today. If you have any questions, send me an email. If something doesn't work, send me an email. And that shall do it. You guys have a great, great Homes Day and have a great weekend. I will see you all next week. Bye.